That's why it's so important, again, come back to why having that structure right from the very beginning is such an important part.
That's
to,
right.
I'm sort of wondering, what percentage of your clients actually do that? They actually come to you and talk to you before they buy property, or they come to you after the event and try and fix a problem?
More and more are coming to you now, wouldn't they? Because it's that education, or do you find
most
people forget?
People, that come and see us get the advice first of, they know someone like Danny or yourself and say, look, see a professional first, say, look, go get the right advice first. But for most people, they don't think about that. It's just, land tax is just not in their horizon. They just don't think about those things. And they don't think about the split of ownership and the different taxes they pay. Because you can have partners, one on the highest marginal tax rate of 45 and 2% Medicare levy, and you can have one there, and they just don't think about those things. So I just can't encourage it enough, But I always say to clients too that whatever we charge you, getting that structure right, you're going to save that money in the first place, and probably more than that money. And that's like the quantity surveyors report. The quantity surveyors report will generally pay for itself in the first year without a doubt. So the cost of getting it done, it might cost you $700. You're going to save that in the first year.
Well, at least,
and then you've got 40 years of those deductions.
You could potentially save $5,000-6,000 from a result of getting that depreciation schedule done.
In your first year.
In the first year, exactly. So I think it's a very important part of your investment strategy and getting the right advice in the first place.
Yeah. But I think there's two types of investors in Australia. There's the professionals and the amateurs. And the professionals treat property investment as a business. The amateurs treat it as a hobby. And the hobbyists want to do everything on the cheap. But the professionals who realise it's a business, they realise you've got to spend money to make money, and that's the approach that they take, and they're so much more successful. And I've got one guy who wrote to us just a couple of weeks ago. Really nice guy, but he's followed our advice on location for a number of years, and he's got a property portfolio which at the start of the year was worth $12 million. Because of the growth, he's bought in all these really great locations. It's now worth $13.5 million. In 6 months it's increased that much, and he wanted to write to say thank you. But that guy has always treated property investment as a business, and he's gathered around them a team of really good advisors, accountant, solicitor, quantity surveyor, mortgage broker, buyer's agents. He's got the team in place, people he trusts. And he's just got such great results because he was willing to do that up front and spend some money on it.
And you're right. And it's the first thing we say to when we sit down with the clients, you've got to get your house in order first. We've got to sit down. We've got to know. One of the first things we need to do is understand what is it that you're wanting to achieve. You've got to start with the end in mind. So now we know where you want to go. Now we've got to go back and then look at where we are today, and then let's look at where your finances are. Let's make sure But even as we're talking to the financier, we need to be talking to the accountant, because that can also impact your borrowing depending on the structure and how you structure that. And so you've got to have all these meetings, and you've got to pay for that.
Oh, I think it's your education. You're investing in your education.
You're spending $500,000.
That's right, exactly.
Why don't you spend a few $1,000s to get the right advice to protect the asset that you're buying in the first place that's going to make you money?
Exactly that. Yeah. Totally agree.